Why y'all keep giving this man a chance to will somebody in the NFL understand if we can't get this man the ball and expect to win?
On today's Top Shelf Tuesday edition of the Odd Coaches Podcast, Dr. Adams and Coach Francis discuss Week 14 of the NFL season, share their thoughts on when commentators go too far, the leadership problems in Jacksonville, as well as providing predictions for Week 15. Welcome to today's show. Dr. Keith Adams is the president of the CKA Save Project, a nonprofit organization designed to assist student athletes and the people who work with them through educational and professional development. He is a career academic and athletic leader with close to 30 years of experience on the high school and college levels. He has won numerous championships and epitomizes professionalism. Coach Mike Franchise Francis is one of the most successful football and basketball coaches in the state of Maryland. He too is a career academic and athletic leader with close to 30 years of experience on the high school and college level and is self-admittedly a little rough around the edges. Both men have mentored countless student athletes, teachers, and coaches using their unique methods and approaches to leadership. Both men also share a unique and special friendship that was cultivated often through their unique perspective of life and leadership. Dr. Adams through his extensive educational background and Coach Francis through his life experiences. Can these two men share a podcast without driving each other crazy? Welcome to the Odd Coaches Podcast.
Greetings and salutations and welcome to the Odd Coaches Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Keith Adams, and with me today is my tag team partner, the Charlie Haas, to my Shelton Benjamin in the wrestling's greatest tag team in Ring of Honor, the icon, the showstopper, the main event, and the reason, baby, while we're here, Coach Mike Francis and Coach, all week long we are going to celebrate Ring of Honor because Sinclair Broadcasting has decided to go in a different direction. So they just ran their last show. They'll be back in some form in April. But hey, man, if you're a wrestling mark like me, Ring of Honor is a big deal. So I hope you're doing well, sir.
I'm doing well, sir. How about you?
Man, fans don't know, but we actually got to watch some football today. So I'm in a great mood because it's just fun watching with your friend live and a few beverages and having a good time. So unlike usual weeks, I did send out to my partner what I wanted to yak about, but I'm curious to see what direction he's going in. So I'm going to tag you in, sir. And I hope my mic is nice. The last couple of weeks has not been best for me. And what's on your mind, sir?
Man, the Chiefs, Chiefs put it on the Raiders, didn't they?
Unfortunately, they put it on them a few too many points.
48-9?
Yes, they did. And I will share my thoughts on that in segment 3, strictly for entertainment purposes only. Yes, they did. They played too well. Anything else? I thought you were going to mention grabbing victory from the jaws of defeat, or whichever direction you went in with those guys.
Those guys, man, I'll tell you right now, that it just didn't make no sense. I told you when we were watching the game, and I said, kicking field goals will cost you the game. Like, you can't get inside and keep kicking field goals. And Dallas was trying to give it away. Dallas really, really tried to give the game away today. They snatched defeat out the jaws of victory almost. You know how that is.
Yes, indeed. So I first wanted to acknowledge, because this was actually one of my son's first favorites. The Denver Broncos opened up the game with 10 men in formation in tribute to the late Demaryius Thomas. The Broncos lined up with 10 against the Detroit Lions to honor the former wide receiver who passed away this past week. So on the 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line, they opened up the game. They let the clock wind down. They were assessed a delay of game penalty, which the Lions quickly declined. Again, very class act from the Lions. Crowd chanted DT before the play clock ran out. And the young man would have turned 34 on Christmas. Is found dead. Our preliminary reports say that it could have been some medical issue, and he just announced his retirement from the NFL in June. So I definitely wanted to mention that. We've played many a Madden game with Denver, and definitely wanted to pay homage to one of my son's early favorites, and we wish his family the best with that. So with that, we're going to get back to football, and Lamar Jackson was carted off the field with an ankle injury.
Mm.
Ravens quarterback suffered a right ankle sprain in a 24-22 loss to the Cleveland Browns, which puts a major question mark on the final four regular season games of Baltimore. The Ravens are expecting Jackson to be diagnosed with a low ankle sprain as opposed to the dreaded high ankle sprain, and he walked out of the locker room with a protective boot. Any thoughts on Lamar Jackson's injury? Because if I'm not mistaken, you were the first one to alert me at the fine facility we were at and said, hey, ain't there Lamar Jackson on the card? So hope he's doing well. Can they win without him?
I was like, who's number 2? Yeah, that's going to shake up the whole AFC if that's the case. Man, that's going to, I don't know how long he's out, but that could have ramifications, that ripple effect right there, because Baltimore definitely needs him to be successful.
And did we ever find out who number 2 was?
I think KJ told us.
So we don't know the backup quarterback on the Ravens. And
Brian something, I think it was.
good luck, Ravens, because we're not going to look that up with our budget and staff of less than one. But I will, on a positive note, to end this segment, shocking to my partner, Tom Brady overtakes Drew Brees to set the NFL pass completion records. And what Tampa Bay quarterback Tom Brady called the Bucs' biggest game of the year against the Buffalo Bills. 7-time Super Bowl winner overtook Drew Brees with the most pass completions in the history of the National Football League. And unfortunately, one of those pass completions cost me a couple of dollars, but I digress. Strictly for entertainment purposes only. Any thoughts on Tom Brady?
I was going to save it for my second tier, but I can pull it up right now. I just want to know why. Can I ask y'all a question? Why y'all keep giving this man a chance to... Will somebody in the NFL understand if we can't get this man the ball and expect to win? We can't.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know if y'all know, but he's pretty good.
Not bad. He's pretty adequate with the screen passes that he likes to throw because he haven't thrown down the field in a while, but that's okay. And
got him a ring.
Got him a few, actually. And with that, we'll be right back after this brief message.
Looking for something to get your favorite student athlete this holiday season? Order them a copy of Dr. Keith Adams' new book, Find the Balance, My Personal Journey to Academic and Athletic Success. The book serves as both a memoir of Dr. Adams' 30-year academic and athletic career, as well as an instructional guide to assist student athletes, parents, coaches, teachers, and administrators navigate through the challenges of finding a better balance between academic and athletic success. The book includes numerous personal stories and anecdotes from Dr. Adams, along with numerous former players and colleagues, including former George Mason standout, Fowler and Campbell. You can order your copy at www.ckasaveproject.org. From the main page, simply click CKA Save Project Services and order the Find the Balance book. For more information, contact Dr. Keith Adams by email at cka@ckasaveproject.org.
Welcome back to the Top Shelf Tuesday edition of the Odd Coaches Podcast. We will have some second-tier stories here, starting off with Coach Francis. What else is on your mind, sir?
What else is on my mind? I was looking at these scores, trying to figure out, I couldn't believe the Giants scored 21 points. They lost, but I couldn't believe they scored 21 points. All right. That 49ers-Bengals game was a good game. That's on my mind. Definitely was a good game. I actually watched that second half of that. That was a pretty good game. 49ers pressure was a little bit too much for the Bengals, defensive line pressure. So, but
they did pull it out. And
Yeah,
we'll talk about that in segment 3 because it was a 2-point spread. And I was a little nervous just for a spell. But the 49ers and the boy genius took care of it. So for me, and I need your help with this, um, did Ryan Clark go too far?
Mm.
Let me set the stage for our listeners who may or may not know the situation. ESPN NFL analyst Ryan Clark did not hold back on the costly mistake by current Pittsburgh wide receiver Chase Claypool in the Steelers' 36-28 loss on Sunday Night Football. Claypool got benched early in the first quarter because he drew a dumb personal foul penalty, but once Mike Tomlin put him back in the game, things seemed to be better until the end of the game when Claypool decided his first down celebration was more important than hustling the football back to the line of scrimmage. Ryan Clark, who played for the Steelers for multiple years, weighed on Claypool's behavior on first take, so on national television. He said the following three items, sir, and I want to get your reaction to it. What he wanted to do in the moment was first celebrate a first down, not a touchdown, not something that brings your team closer to winning football games. A first down is what you're paid to do. He also said you're paid to get 10 yards and 4 downs. That's your job. You do your job and then explicitly forget what moment you're in. We've watched future Hall of Famers like Larry Fitzgerald run faster to run down the ball than actually making the play. And here is the kicker. Chase
Yes.
Claypool is as mentally and emotionally underdeveloped as he is physically overdeveloped. He only cares about himself, and that self centeredness is part of what's bringing the Steelers team and organization down. Your thoughts, sir? Did Ryan Clark go too far?
He may have gotten a little personal. I'll be willing to admit that he did get a little personal. Saying he's underdeveloped and emotionally underdeveloped and physically overdeveloped. I haven't. No, I've never heard that take from anybody or any commentator. He does have some personal thing, but he was a Steeler. He fight for Mike Tomlin, I believe. That kind of thing, and just it got out of hand. This definitely was a little over the board. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, now I did see the play. I shared the play with you. You've seen the play. And come on, homeboy, let's get the ball to the ref, keep it moving. But, yeah, to use that phraseology of mentally and emotionally underdeveloped, I had no problem with the first two bullet points
Hmm.
because you're paid to commentate, you're paid to give some strong takes. But
Yes.
when you went personal in terms of mentally and emotionally underdeveloped, uh, I'm going to have a meeting and say, Mr. Clark, now you represent much more than just you and your former Steeler colleagues, and I'm not trying to be in that meeting. Uh, so you might want to tone that back. Which takes me to toning back. Jacksonville, the Jacksonville Jaguars are a team I have admitted all year that I'm watching for all of the wrong reasons because they hired Urban Meyer, and Urban Meyer has a history of coaching well and flaming out in relatively short time. So let me set the stage for what's going on now, coach, and I love to get your opinions. Things are not going well in Jacksonville. They have now lost 11 of their past 13 games, and tensions are boiling over with Urban Meyer. He had that problem early in the year with not going home when he's supposed to go home and spending time with the team. He had an issue with star running back who hasn't played more than 52% of the offensive snaps, and Trevor Lawrence is the quarterback. Has mentioned that. Um, in addition, during a staff meeting, it has been reported that Urban Meyer repeatedly delivered a harsh message saying he is a winner and that his assistant coaches who he hired are losers. He reportedly challenged each coach individually to explain when they have ever won and forced them to defend
Oh,
their resumes.
oh, wow.
In another reported incident, free agent addition wide receiver Marvin Jones became so angry with Meyer's criticism of the receiver score, that he left the facility and until other members convinced him to come back. He
Mm,
then had a heated argument with Urban Meyer at practice. This is hardly the first incident, as
mm,
we have mentioned. So, what happened today? The Jaguars lost 20 to nothing against a former Urban Meyer assistant, Mike Rabel. Um, and Urban Meyer and team owner Shad Khan had a one-on-one meeting following their fifth consecutive loss. This session may have taken a different tone. And then Urban Meyer afterwards says, I assured him I still believe in my heart that this will turn around. How fast? Depends on pause. I think they're good pieces.
mm.
So with all of this going on, Urban Meyer also said, in terms of leaking information, all of this is garbage. And if there's a source, that source is going to be unemployed, I mean, within seconds. Uh, Jason Lockenfor, national reporter, reports that general manager has become a strong proponent of assistant head coach Charlie Strong should ownership decide to go in a different direction.
Wow.
That's a lot of stuff going on, coach.
Too much.
Uh, what are you thinking about Urban Meyer? And by the time this airs, will he still be the coach of Jacksonville Jaguars?
Nah, it's gonna be tough. He doesn't get out this season for sure. I mean, if they let him finish, they let him finish. But all this going on is too much. You got players leaving the facilities. You got personal meetings with owners after games. Um, and then somebody like all this information coming from somewhere. Somebody's leaking it, so they obviously don't trust him. They broke the cone of silence, and they don't care anymore. So they don't care what happens to him. So some of this stuff get leaks to continue to make him look bad, and rightfully so. Like you can't do the things he did and get away with it. So
And the NFL, to quote Bill Parcells, for everybody stands for not
not for
for
long.
long.
Yep,
So, with that, we'll be right back after this brief message.
not for long, buddy.
Three Crown Naturals, a preferred partner of the CKA Save Project, is having a raffle with 50% of the proceeds supporting the CKA Save Project. The winner of the raffle receives a Royal Package bundle, a soap sampler, a travel-size foot oil and scrub, and a 3-day, 2-night vacation voucher. To enter, visit www.threecrownnaturals.com, spelled using the number 3 and naturals with an S on the end. Simply click Holiday Raffle at the top of the page. Hurry and enter. This drawing will take place on December 19, 2021.
Coaches Podcast. And in this segment, we will make predictions for week 15 after we review our updated standings from week 14. For myself, with the Odd Coaches Podcast top 5, I have Arizona as 1, Tampa Bay is 2, Green Bay is 3, the New England Patriots, I'm starting to sound smart, and I know I'm not smart. Therefore, and Kansas City, you shouldn't have let them up. Is 5, and on the outside looking in, I do have the Dallas Cowboys because they have a comfortable lead in the NFC East, and beating the Washington football team really helped them out. Coach, what's going on with the franchise 5?
I agree with you for most of this, and oof, I'd be willing to. I would flop 1 and 2. That's all. I would flop 1 and 2. Tampa Bay, Arizona, Green Bay, New England, and then Kansas City. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, and that's going to work itself out. Both teams are playing extremely well.
Hmm.
It's going to be fun. It's going to definitely be fun. I can tell you what's not fun. Things that we do strictly for entertainment purposes only. So I was feeling good this morning. I picked 6 games, Coach. I picked 6 because I was like, man, I need a great week. I'm thinking I'm going to go 4 and 2, maybe 5 and 1. So I had the Las Vegas Raiders plus 9.5, an NFL team. Had to beat them by 10 in a rival game. Yeah, they did it. Kansas City did it. Yep, no problem. I did have the New Orleans Saints minus 5.5. They took care of business. I had the Baltimore Ravens -2.5 against Cleveland. That didn't work out for me. I had the Washington football team +4.5. Again, got 5 points on Dallas. They're at home. This should work out. Close game,
It
maybe
did.
by a field goal, and yeah, nothing. Okay. I had San Francisco -2, and they did everything to keep me at the edge of my seat, and they actually won by 3, so I got a win. And I had Buffalo +3.5. They made that tremendous comeback. They had the ball first in overtime. They had the Bucks 96 yards away, 94 yards away, whatever it was. And then
That guy.
they lose. They lose.
That guy's had 2 drives, 95 yards or longer to win games in the last month.
So I am at 27-31. I already missed college football, and that's 46%. As I used to say to Coach Dickman, we're going the wrong way, Coach. So I need to do better. Okay. Looked at the Week 15 schedule. We're now on Saturday games too. So New England is playing Indianapolis on Saturday. That's a playoff predictor right there. New England still trying to, keep a lead, and Indy's still trying to be in the mix. And then on Sunday, Green Bay against Baltimore.
Ooh.
Baltimore better not lose.
Oh, what you mean?
They're done.
You're not even gonna have the Jackson kid. Of course, they're gonna lose. Green Bay gonna beat them with or without him, and New England will beat Indy. So put your money on that.
Well, I am looking forward to having Saturday NFL games because it's a chance to do 2 parlays in the same weekend. Strictly for entertainment purposes only. And we'll be looking for the new home of my regular betting schedule, probably Maryland Live at Arundel Mills. But we'll see what happens. Coach,
entertainment purposes only.
Entertainment purposes only. Anything you'd like to add before we close out this exciting Week 14, sir?
No, it was a great time we had today. Was glad we had a chance to sit down with you and Junior and watch some football. As parents, fathers, we don't get opportunities like that a lot, but it was really a good time to engage and interact with each other. So it was good. I really enjoyed it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We often talk about stay connected in the book. And one of the ways we did that was just to kind of hang out. And folks, we do want to continue to thank you for listening and or watching. So on behalf of my tag team partner, yes, the book is out. Please go to the website, www.cksaveproject.org. Click at the bottom, find the balance book, and you got it. But again, on behalf of my tag team partner, thank you for listening and or watching. You can get us on Podbeam, Spotify, and Apple Music now. We switched up the Twitter handle and social media handle. We are now at Odd Coaches. So Kelly, make the switch. And we will see you on the sidelines. Till next time, take care.
We hope you enjoyed today's show. The Odd Coaches podcast drops new episodes every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Make sure you subscribe to the Odd Coaches podcast on Spotify, Podbean, and YouTube so you don't miss an episode. Follow the Odd Coaches podcast on Twitter and Instagram at CoachesOdd. Follow Dr. Adams on Twitter and Instagram at CKA Save Project. In addition, follow Coach Mike Francis on Twitter and Instagram at Coach Franchise, spelled Coach FRANCHIZE. For more information about the CKA Save Project, please visit them on the web at www.cksaveproject.org. See you next time on the Odd Coaches Podcast.